So we're going to take a little garden tour before the mild freeze we're about to get tomorrow. This bed housed tomatoes and cucumbers last season. This year we got German and music garlic. I'm not even sure which is which anymore because of course I didn't label it. And then I recently transplanted dill. These are the bouquet dill. And then we got the Long Island. And these were recently transplanted, so I am going to give them some protection for the freeze because I'm not sure if they'll make it. And then this is more German and music garlic. And they were planted in weekly intervals over 3 weeks. So that first plot was the first week of October, and then second week, and then third week. Just so I didn't want to be overwhelmed with harvest all at once. Of course, we'll likely lose all the pretty blossoms sooner than later. Over here is my strawberries. The transplants are taking well. I've already had to pinch back some flowers. And I'm guessing I'm probably not going to harvest this year. Let them develop stronger root systems and harvest them next year. So here is my wild area that I'm just sowing anything and everything. But mainly I'll be putting my ground cherries in here. For right now, there's brassicas, lettuce, and Asian greens. I got beets and wild onions and bunching onions in the middle there. Got some work to do on these, large rocks. They're pretty much sunken into the soil, so I decided to dig them up and make it look a little bit prettier. It might take a while. And most of these perennials were here already, and the previous owner planted a lot of pretty things that come up in intervals over the summer, so that's really nice. I'm going to try to keep those up. And this shallower pallet bed, I've got my beets, little beetsies coming up, and the carrots. It's going to be hard to see. Carrots, seeds, all interspersed. Half the bed is carrots and half the bed is beets, and then all along the border are my regular bulbing onions. And this is a carrot that's overwintered. I'm curious to see. I'm pretty sure there'll be a real carrot in there. I'm curious. I guess I was really just wanting it to flower. Yeah. And then here, the larger, taller pallet bed are all the kale, spinach, pak choy, bok choy, some lettuce back there. I don't want to take off the netting. This was made at the end of the summer last year. I'm guessing I'm going to be putting squash or maybe sweet potatoes in it. I'm not sure yet. And here is where the original garden started. Bunch of dresser drawers. We dared to dream. So now I've thrown in some rotting onions, basically from the farmer's market, just to see them flower, collect some seeds. And then over there, more bunching onions. This will be future leeks and leeks and something else bed. I forget. Oh, celery, right, celery bed. Over here is our compost. I've stopped adding to it, and I'll be turning it for the next month. And hopefully we'll have nice compost for the summer garden. And this is going to be a future morning glory home. Over here I got 2 mounds. I plan on making rhubarb beds here. This center island definitely has a lot of perennials. There's some kind of red maple in the middle. Lots of beautiful flowers come up. Echinacea. I'm not really good with all the names yet. This is the asparagus bed, future asparagus bed. And last but not least, the hugel mound. I'm redoing the fencing. Oh, my frost cover is blown over. Yeah. I'll employ that tomorrow night because I want to protect the parsley and cilantro that were recently transplanted. Parsley is doing a lot better than the cilantro on the other side. But mainly, I'm letting the asparagus flower and also the bok choy. Looks like nice little yellowy flowers there coming up. And also here around the border I have some bulbing onions. And this is the borage that overwintered. It's looking pretty good. It's sending out new greens. So cilantro, I think, is in need of quite a bit of nutrition. So I'll let the freeze pass and then I'll feed them. And also we have rutabaga seeds, links coming up on this side. This tastes like kale. I planted rutabaga and kohlrabi here last year, so I'm not sure which is which because they didn't come up as they should. This one has more of a nutty flavor, so time will tell. Once these newer ones come up, I'll figure out what I planted over there. And this is some little asparagus that I threw in. These are the, what did I say? Is this the rutabaga or the kohlrabi? I have a marker somewhere. Yeah, little seedlings are coming up. These are pretty cold hardy, so they should survive the frost we're getting. All right, that is my first garden tour, I guess. Not much to show yet, but such as it is. I'm very excited for the coming year. Oh, one more. Future bed. I'm always trying to put in future beds. This will be a semi-hugel. It'll be a shorter bed. I still have to get some cardboard under there. I got my rotten logs, some collected. I got plenty of wood chips to fill in, some compost. I'll be picking up some other compost soon from a dear friend. Very exciting for me. I don't know why. Picking up dirt and other free things really makes my day. So yeah, I'll also, there's a mishmash of, oh, the persimmons were planted in here, in the woods somewhere in here. We've got pawpaws. And once they're established, I'll be able to put them on film. I'll be putting some gooseberries. And someday I'll figure out what these flowers are. All right, talk to y'all later.